This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Each Apple product, like
Please consult your directory and call again, or ask your operator for assistance. This is a recording.
Rough Enter Session.
Come on, man!
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Good morning.
Time for Uncle Lou After Dark, the college football call-in show. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. You almost made it through another week. One more day to go before the weekend. We're in July. That's the last month without college football. It's good news. Football starts up August 23rd with week 0. A lot to talk about between now and then. If you want to be a part of the show, click the link in the description of the video. I'll post it in the chat every once in a while. And we're going to get started here in just 1 second. Yeah.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Come on, man!
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Stop mistreating Uncle Lou! Probably the best idea I've heard all day. Leave me alone! How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. Welcome to Uncle Lou After Dark, the college football call-in show. YouTube's longest running college football call-in show, too. That's right. Well, they keep trying to get rid of me, but here I is. Happy Thursday. I hope everybody's having a great week. I hope everybody's having an amazing week. But not everybody's having a great time. There's some things wrong. You should call me up and tell me what they are. I'll start. Okay? What's wrong with Auburn? I'm seriously asking. And don't tell me this, it's July, woo. It's July. People who say it's June, woo, or it's July, woo, or teams that can't fucking recruit. I know what month it is. Why are you ranked 90th? Or whatever what is this? What? Come on, man. I'm being serious. What's wrong? Now, I know Hugh Freeze can't coach his way out of a wet paper bag at Auburn. The guy's been terrible. But he's been recruiting. I mean, that's probably the only reason he still has a job. It's because of the recruiting he did the first 2 years he was there. But what is this? What is wrong with Auburn? Can you imagine? In fact, you can let me know this when you call up today too. Or you can let me know in the chat. What is there a team in the country can somebody tell me who Auburn's two rivals are? Who are Auburn's two rivals? Is there a team in the country that is more down bad when it comes to their rivals than Auburn? Auburn has two rivals, and they're two of the top 4 college football programs on the planet. Auburn's got the worst case of little brother syndrome I've ever seen because they got 2 big brothers. And it's weird because Bama beats the shit out of Georgia on the regular. But Georgia's got a better record against Auburn than Bama does over the last 20 years. But they both own Auburn. I don't see how Auburn's got a chance, really. There can't be a team in the country with 2 rivals the caliber of Georgia and Bama. They've got it bad. I mean, they had to go get Hugh Freeze from a religious halfway house at Liberty or wherever, where he was getting rehabilitated from his deviancy or whatever the fuck. And he can't win no games, but at least he was recruiting in the beginning. What is this? July, woo. Okay, so what? In December, you're going to be here somewhere? What are you doing? Is it possible that when it comes to Auburn,
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
yeah, oh my God, that might be it. That might be the answer to the question, what's wrong with Auburn?
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
I do understand that, sir. I mean, you want to? He might be right. Is there any Auburn fans in here that want to defend the barn right now? They can't win any games during the season. They're 80th in recruiting. Is that last in the SEC? I don't know. You want to look? I mean, is there anybody worse than that in the SEC? Oh, is that tops in the SEC right here? Where Georgia? Oh, well, let's go SEC here. Yeah, Georgia in their familiar spot there. God damn. Damn, son. Damn, son, where'd you find this? What is going on? What is going on? If Auburn gets any worse, Josh Pate's going to have to start constantly talking about how good they're about to be. I'm serious. If Auburn gets any worse, Josh Pate's going to have to start pumping them up. Is there some secret scandal? It doesn't matter whether there is or there isn't. If there's not, the boosters will just make one up again. The boosters ruined that man's life. Forget his career. They tried to ruin that man's life. And now look, they tried, what was that deadbeat's name? Brian Harsin. They tried to ruin that man's life. The boosters. Because they wanted Hugh Freeze. And now look. I mean, they were making up shit about him cheating on his wife. And then they went and got Hugh Freeze, the guy that literally hired prostitutes for underage kids. Allegedly. They made up a lie that Brian Harson was sleeping with a grown person so that they could hire a guy who hired prostitutes for underage kids, allegedly. So I have to know what's wrong with Auburn. I have to know. I also want to know what's wrong with every other team. So call and let me know. Call and let me know. Or whatever. Click the link. Whatever. You know what I mean when I say call. And then some half-wit's going to show up later and say, what's the number? There's not a number, man. Click the link, man. Come on, man. There ain't no number. Just click the link. Got to talk some college football. I want to know what's wrong with all these teams. Whatever team. I'm going to be honest. I like doing these prediction videos and, these teams are going to make the playoffs and, these are the 5 best quarterbacks. And, I like doing that. But I miss just getting on here and shitting all over people. I miss that. I need the season to hurry up and get here. See, that's the thing. Once the season comes around, every week you can shit on somebody. Because like 80 teams a week lose. Or whatever. So there's always I need to, you know what I might do? I might do a series of videos called What's Wrong With ... And I don't know. I'll pick out 5 teams or 20 and do 5 or 20 videos called What's Wrong With Florida State. And it'll just be 10 minutes of me shitting all over Florida State. And then I'll do What's Wrong with Auburn. And then just 10 minutes of me shitting all over Auburn. And then, whatever. What's wrong with fill in the whatever. Your team. Whatever your shithole team is. Whatever. What's wrong with Alabama? Well, they can't beat Vandy. That's number 1. Oh, my God. Yeah. What's wrong with NC State? Yeah. What's wrong? Well, head coach, DeBoer. Doesn't know what he's not DeBoer. Well, DeBoer, too. But what's the one at NC State? What's that fucker's name? Duran, DeBoer, whatever. The same fucking difference. How's DeBoer Duran? Well, he's not Duran good. He can't beat Vandy. How's Dave Duran doing? Not Duran good either. Duran and DeBoer. Duran's not Duran good, and DeBoer's not Duran good because you can't beat Vandy. So neither DeBoer or Duran's Duran that well. I mean. I might do that. I might do a series of videos. What's wrong with whatever team? Because I really just feel like shitting all over a bunch of teams. What's wrong with Southern Cal? Well, Lincoln Riley thinks football's only played on one side of the ball. That's number 1. Number 2, they joined the Big Ten, and now they're such giant pussies they don't want to play Notre Dame anymore. They need a Heisman caliber quarterback just to lose in the first round of the playoffs. Without that, they can't even get there. I don't even know what. I don't know what Lincoln Riley is. He's not a head coach. Remember when LSU had a passing coordinator and Ed Orgeron won a natty? that's about what Lincoln Riley is. A passing game coordinator disguised as a head coach. Top 4 don't know what they're doing list for your season is over. What? You mean coaches? Yeah. Kind of like a weekly hot seat ranking during the season, you mean? That's a possibility. That's a possibility. I feel like there's probably something there with that. Pick 4 or 5 coaches or something that are trending towards early retirement at the end of the year and rank them on a weekly basis, kind of like we do to We're Back teams. I could probably do something with that. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all help me remember that in August when it gets a little closer to the start of the season. Look, all the idea, most everything I do came from ideas from y'all in the comment section. You know, hey Lou, do this, do that, stop doing this, do more of this, do less of that. Now I don't try every idea y'all give me, but that one, that sounds like something that maybe would fit for a segment on the Your Season Is Over. For the Your Season Is Over video. So, Norwegian Method, thank you. You and the rest of y'all here in the chat today. Help me remember that, like mid-August when we get close to week 0, you know. Help me remember that. Because we'll have to come up with the 4 or 5 coaches that we're going to track. Like we got to have some agreement on like the 4 or 5 coaches that have a decent chance of getting fired if things don't go well. So Hugh Freeze would be one for sure. Mike Norvell would be one maybe at Florida State. What other coaches would be some candidates here? Luke Fickell at Wisconsin. Lincoln Riley, Brent Venables, Mark Stoops, whoever the coach of Purdue is every year. Just put them on the list every year. Billy Napier. I don't know about Billy Napier. I think Florida's athletic department right now is about like what Georgia Tech's athletic department was 5 years ago. I don't think they care about football anymore. There's really no other explanation for them still having Billy Napier. So they might just be content winning 7-8 games a year with Napier. It looks like is what might be going on there at Florida, which of course is sad to see. Sad to see. It really is. All right, let's take roll and then let's see. No one wants to talk college football. There's only one person that wants to talk college football today. I might just stay on here and ramble. There's the link. I'm going to take roll, and then we're going to get to the phone call. So click that link. Tell me what's wrong with whatever team you want. Call me up and shit on somebody. Let's go. Let's do it. What does that say? Varmint control? Lou, longtime listener, keep it up. Do you think overall football in general is better now than it was 20 years ago, e.g. the football being played on the field? Being a fan of football, is it better? Well, I mean, people are bigger, stronger, and faster, but they'll be bigger, stronger, and faster 20 years down the road than they are now. Rule changes, playoffs. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. So in some ways, it's better, and in some ways, it's not. I wouldn't want to go back to no postseason. Well, I wouldn't want to go back to just random matchups in bowl games. I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to the BCS. I would consider going back to a 4-team playoff, although I think the 12 is better. Yeah, all those people look pretty stupid, don't they? All the anti-expansion people who are like, there aren't even 4 teams that can win the Natty. I don't know why we're expanding. Nobody outside the top 4 will ever win the Natty. And then in the first year, somebody outside the top 4 won the Natty. Yeah. Those people either disappeared or got a serious case of hush mouth. You don't hear much from them anymore because they were wrong. Yeah, and they got proven wrong in the first year of the 12-team playoff. Like my buddy Hufferbilly Slaw. I love Hufferbilly Slaw to death, but the guy cried for 2 years about how nobody outside the top four is ever going to win the playoff. We don't need to expand. There's not even 4 teams, blah, 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 blah. And then the very first year, somebody outside the top four won it. So ever since then, he's done quit drinking and started smoking cigars. So that's how down bad he is over the whole situation. Yeah. All right. I am going to get the phone calls here in a second, but before I do that, I very rarely do this because, unfortunately, a lot of people have ruined what can be used as a great, can be used as something great, but unfortunately, sometimes you can't. You can't always trust people, unfortunately. What am I trying to do? Well, that link's way too long. Hold on. Copy link address. Yes. All right. I'm not going to identify who it is. They can identify themselves if they want to. But we have somebody that's been watching the channel for a long time. And they're going through something terrible. I'm just going to put this on the screen and read their words because there's nothing really I can say about something like this. There's not much worse than this. But I'm going to post a GoFundMe link in the comments section. I'm convinced this is legit. So take that for what it's worth. I know, like I said, unfortunately, a lot of people use these things as scams or whatever. This is not a scam. So if you're able to help at all in any way, I'm going to post the link in the comments section here in just a second. I'll just read what it says here. As most family and friends know, in September, Luna was diagnosed with leukemia. Luna has adjusted well to being in and out of the hospital, but lately she's been pretty sick. Her treatments have affected her ability to walk and have affected her body significantly. She has a genetic mutation that makes her at higher risk and therefore has had to receive harsher treatment. The new treatment requires a long on and off hospital stays and her to receive 24/7 constant chemo through her chest port. We have to go to her treatment facility many times a week because of this. The new medicine has made her pretty sick and caused tremors. Her ability to walk has further been affected. Due to this, I'll have to be out of work for more than we anticipated. Until this point, we've been able to maintain stability for our family and have done well. At this point, I'm not sure if that will continue to be the case. We hate to ask for help, but it would greatly help us in the next few months. Anything at all helps, and we're so grateful to anyone who decides to donate. Any funds will go directly to medical and transportation expenses. Thank you all for your continued prayers and support through this incredibly difficult time, the Clemens family. I'm not going to add much to that because there's just I can't imagine much. I have 2 kids, and luckily, knock on wood, for the most part, they have lived healthy lives. But I know that could change at any time. So I can't imagine anything worse than this. So if you're able to help, it would be greatly appreciated. That's the link right there. I'm going to add the link in the top of the description of the video. And keep in mind that anything helps. Don't, if you can only afford to give $10, but you're thinking, well, I'm not going to give $10. $10, what's $10 going to do? Well, if 10 people thought that way, that's $100, So like I said, I hesitate to do these types of things because times are tough for everybody, and I get it. But this is a pretty good reminder that no matter how bad you think things might be, or no matter what it is that you might be going through in your own life, chances are it's not as bad as this. So it's a good reminder that you know, we should be thankful for the things we have, not necessarily you know, we tend to sort of focus on what we don't have sometimes. You know, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, wish I had more money, or I wish I had a bigger house, or whatever. This is a good reminder of maybe what's really important when it comes down to it, and that's the health of of yourself, your family, your kids, and all that. Anyway, I'm not going to say much more. I mean, I can't think of a worse thing. So, again, that link is in the description of the video. If there's anything you can do to help, this is someone that's been watching the channel for a long time. That's all I'm going to say about it, outside of what we read. But you know, there it is, and I can assure you it's legit. It's not, you know, it's not a. It's sad that you even have to say that, but so many of these things aren't what they seem to be. But this is. So if you can help, please help. All right. Let's take roll, and we're going to talk some college football, okay? Let's move on. Let's do that. JC is here. Brandon Thomas, Lego NASCAR, Kevin the Bacon, Peanut, college football fan, Texas Rocks, Tim Skelton, Preston Jennings, Uncle Badass, Badger for Life, Nathan, Kane, Tim Skelton, DJ David, Matt Dummett, Captain Trips, Connor Stallions, Father Shuey, Vic's Tube is here. What's up, Vic Tube? Carolina Jackpot, Biggs Mike, By Insanity, Tim Skelton, Tiger Red Devil, Yoda T, Biggs Mike, John Dickens, Kai Lauren, Miami Kane, Gator MF. Appreciate everybody tuning in. All right, can we talk some college football now? Does that sound good? Let's do that. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing, buddy?
Eric, what's up, buddy? I feel like we haven't heard from you in a couple of weeks. You been all right?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Good.
Yes.
Now, is it true? Now, you're going to France on the 4th of July. Is that you or someone else? Or is that Dylan?
Oh, that is me, Sue. That is me.
Well, isn't tomorrow the 4th of July?
Yeah.
Are you in France now?
No.
Did you change your mind?
No, we're going tomorrow.
And you still think that's a good idea?
Well, we're going with the family, bud.
Yeah, I know, but you're going to another country on America's birthday? I don't know, man. Like I said last time, I don't know. Now, look, traveling on the 4th, great. Lots of people do that. I'm doing it. In fact, I'm flying tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon. But I'm flying from the United States to somewhere else in the United States. But you're getting the hell out. Now, look, I'll be honest with you. I'd be lying if I said thought hadn't crossed my mind, bud. The thought has crossed my mind to get the fuck out of here. I'm serious.
I know,
Permanent.
bud.
Permanent,
I
man.
definitely know.
Permanently. Just go somewhere else. Thing is, all I need is an internet connection, Eric.
Nice.
I can do this dumb shit anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't clock in and out. I mean, I can sit anywhere in the world and do this college football show.
Yeah.
So why am I sitting here?
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's the thing. I don't know either. So I don't know. Maybe it turns out you're the genius. I don't know. Anyway, what's on your mind, bud?
No, not much. Just hanging out. So yeah, I think as for Missouri's big issue is the entire offense is being replaced.
Yeah, they went heavy into portal this year, because they lost their quarterback, their wide receivers, and their running backs. I think all new out of the portal. I mean, they've got the same sort of manageable schedule they had last year. Now, here's one interesting thing about Missouri. I almost did a Missouri prediction video the other day. So I was looking into their schedule. Most of their, well, they didn't have a lot of difficult games last year, but most of the difficult games they had were on the road. This year they're at home. Like, remember when they lost 100-0 to Texas A&M and then 105-0 to Alabama? Those were both road games. So they get both those games at home this year. What about South Carolina? Do they get them at home too? I believe they do. So point is, their schedule's still not that difficult. And this year, what difficult games they do have, they get at home. Now, I'm not that high on Missouri, but they may end up having a better record than what I thought they would have if they can win one of those home games. Now, I don't know that they can, because like you said at the top, they have pretty much wholesale changed out the offense like an oil change. And sometimes that works for teams, and sometimes Florida State goes 2-10. So we'll see, but they do have a manageable. I mean, as far as SEC schedules go, like, ask Florida if they'd rather have Missouri's schedule. I'm pretty sure they'd say, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there's any easy schedules in the SEC, but there's levels to this shit. And Missouri's on one of the lower levels when it comes to strength of schedule. So could benefit them. I don't know. What say you? Did I talk you to death again? What's going on here, Eric? Eric, I don't know what's going on, buddy. You're still in here, but I can't hear you if you're talking. I don't know what happened to you, bud. If the string came out of your cup or what, I can't hear you. But anyway, be safe with your travels and enjoy your French fries and croissants. And good luck to Missouri. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Yeah, I was wondering what has happened to Florida that they're so pathetic that they're like celebrating a 7-5 season. Like, they used to be good back in, the 90s, early 2000s. Like,
yeah, they've been good for 17 out of the 80 years that they've existed. But for whatever reason, right now, they're not any good. And they seem to have given up, like you mentioned, because I don't know. They're celebrating 7-win seasons. I've never seen anything like it. They got a coach that's barely 500. And he's 19-19. I don't know what's going on. I didn't think I'd ever see Florida fall this far in terms of their expectations. But, like, they're happy to win 7 or 8 games these days. It's weird.
Yeah, lost to like 2 of their rivals last year because they lost to Miami and they lost to Tennessee. So.
Right. And Georgia. Don't forget Georgia.
And Georgia. So they lost, like, every rivalry except for, like, Florida State.
Yeah.
It's like they're getting downgraded as one of Tennessee's rivals to being kind of like Vandy or Kentucky or something now.
Yeah, it's alarming, really, is the word that comes to mind in terms of what the fans have come to accept from their football program. It really is. It really is alarming.
So, yeah, that's about all I had on that subject.
All right. Well, thank you for the call, and good luck unclogging that drain or whatever it is that you're working on there. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou. That's you. What calls himself Mr. Man? Are you able to put a sentence together for us today? No. Boy. Conversations are hard. Real hard. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
What's going on, Uncle Lou?
Who is this?
You always call me Dan.
Dan, how you doing, bud?
But it's Jared. But anyway, who cares?
This is Jared?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, what's going on tonight, Dan?
Yeah, you talking about critiquing teams. I'm about to critique my own team. How can they not stop a running quarterback?
Yeah, they better figure it out because they play a few. This year. So.
And then, go ahead, Lou.
Yeah, they play a few. Arch Manning, DJ Wagway. I don't know what Tennessee's quarterback's going to do. Doesn't matter. He can't get a first down against Georgia. But anyway, point is, why didn't you listen to the morning show today?
I was too busy doing something else.
It was all about you, Dan.
What happened?
The entire show was about you. Well, we feel like TK needs to make an apology video for you.
An apology video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't you ask her out on a date?
Yeah, she said I was too young.
Yeah, I feel like
mature.
I feel like she needs to make an apology video because here's the thing. Do you know Nick DTV from the comments section?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay, he's a West Virginia fan. He's a West Virginia fan, and he's about 24 years old. And he went ahead and took TK out to dinner a while back. Now, how old are you, Dan?
About to be 30 next year, yeah.
Is that more or less than 24?
I mean, 5-year, 4-year difference. What do you make of it? I mean, I don't
That's
care.
what I'm saying. So if TK let a 24-year-old take her out to dinner, then why can't TK let Dan take her out to dinner? So I'm trying to get you in there, bud. And we worked on it this morning. TK was in there. And I'm trying to get her, number one, to change her mind and take you up on your generous offer. Number two, if not, we need that apology video incoming. Number three, if it doesn't work out, how about this? Tinder Dan. Now, I've done this in the past for people. I did it for my buddy Ballard. I've done it for, I forget who all we did. Anyway, we set up a Tinder account for you, but I run it. And once I get you hooked up, I pass the goods off to you, so to speak. Tinder Dan. So anyway, we're gonna see what happens with the Dan TK situation. But I don't think you called in to talk about your dating life or lack thereof. So why did you call in?
Yeah, I'm just kind of worried because Georgia can't stop a nosebleed when it comes to running quarterback.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're going to look like on defense because we lost a lot of DBs and corners and safeties. All we got is the front seven and on the line on defense. We don't know what the edge rushers are going to look like. And then we got to worry about what the offensive line's going to look like. That's a worry because it's all coming back. The same guys, the one that can't block to save his life. So, yeah,
legitimate concerns. Those are legitimate concerns, Dan. I share those concerns. The only when it comes to the defense, the only position group that I am anywhere close to like 90% or more confident in their ability to play at an elite level is the inside linebackers. That's about it. I like one of the corner spots. And I like KJ Bolden. So I think, like half the secondary I'm okay with. The other half, question marks. I like the inside linebackers, the outside linebackers, edge rushers, question mark because they're brand new. Defensive line was probably the worst last year. It's been since 2016. Hopefully it gets a lot better. Offensively, you named it the brand new offensive line. 4 to 5 starters are new. New quarterback, only has one career start. Nate Frazier's back, RB2, brand new, transfer from Illinois. It was good at Illinois. We'll see what he does at Georgia. Wide receivers, all brand new. That's a benefit. That's a plus. There's no way they're as bad as last year's bag of wet laundry that we called wide receivers. I like Colby Young. I like having him back. I like Noah Thomas on the outside as a big body that we didn't have at all last year. And we've got 19 slot receivers. We just need one of them to be good. So there's a lot of potential with the wide receivers, potentially better than last year. It's really the offensive line that concerns me the most on offense. But defense, yeah, a lot of questions over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And as for Florida, the other guy that was calling, Florida ain't never been the same since 2019, really.
Oof.
Since that. Or was it 2018? Whatever year they played Bama in the SEC championship.
Yeah, that was 2020. Yeah, that was 2020. Ever since they threw that shoe in the LSU game, they've really nosedived. That was in 2020. Yep.
Yeah, they ain't been the same for 5 years.
Yeah, ever since Kyle Pitts got knocked the fuck out in the middle of a game, they just haven't been the same.
Yeah, he did get knocked the fuck out, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He got bent in half. He got folded up like a fucking Big Lots lawn chair. And Florida just ain't been the same. A couple of weeks later, they threw the shoe. A week after that, they lost to Bama in the SEC championship game. 12 months after that, they hired Billy Napier, and the rest is history, my friend.
Yeah, it's been a shit show, that's for sure.
It certainly has. Sunbelt Billy. But the good news is they went 7-5 last year. And if you don't believe me that that's good news, just ask any Florida fan. They'll tell you.
Yeah, they're probably getting drunk right now, listening to it.
Dang.
Yeah, probably smoking meth or something.
Wow.
Yeah. Tennessee's about to join the club.
The smoking meth club? They've been in that for a long time, my guy.
Yeah, well, going down the hill, going down.
Oh, well, I don't know. They're not going to bottom out right now. I don't think so. They're not making the playoffs, but,
Yeah, they had their chance in the playoffs, and they just happened to go up the best team in college football last year.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they lost their running back. For some reason, he couldn't run the ball, couldn't start, couldn't do shit.
Couldn't start.
Yeah, he didn't play.
Dang.
The running back, the running back for Tennessee.
Must have been too cold. I don't know. All right, Dan. I'll let you know how it goes with TK. Thank you for the call. Mr. Man, take 2. Well, we better skip that in case he still don't know what he's doing. We'll come back to Mr. Man, take 2 later since he already had one opportunity. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Hello, Uncle Lou. This is Leo Fang.
Leo Fang. And
yes.
what kind of Chinese are you, sir? Korean, Japanese, Chinese, Taiwanese, Vietnamese, what? You don't know?
Japanese, Taiwanese. Or
Taiwanese,
Pippanese.
Chinese. Okay, you're Taiwanese.
I would say Pippanese.
You're who? Lebanese?
Pippanese.
Pippanese?
Yeah.
I never heard of that kind of Chinese. Anyway, welcome to the show, Leo.
Yes.
What's going on today?
Yes, I have some, I'm just getting fed up with Nick Castellanos from
Oh, boy.
this QB, and he just cannot shut the fuck up.
Well, he's got diarrhea of the mouth. It's a chronic condition.
I know. It's just making me look, I mean, I just feel displeasure of just hearing him talking, and we're still going to have a bad season. I mean, 7-5 is possible, and you know, there's just a lot of things that FSU, I mean, the football team needs to get better on, and you know, I mean.
No, are you a Florida State fan or
FSU fan? Yeah,
you're an FSU fan. Okay.
Now.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm upset. I mean, well, not upset, but I'm just getting tired of him just talking. And you know, back then, Bowden don't expect no one to talk during the preseason.
I'm the voice inside your
You
head.
expect there to play your ass and you win. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. No, but now let me ask you this, because I hear you on Castellanos, and Bobby Bowden wouldn't put up with that. But now, speaking of Bobby Bowden, how much of the blame, if at all, do you put on Mike Norvell? And is it possible?
A lot.
Is it possible that Mike Norvell?
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Hello?
Is it possible that he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing?
I would probably say he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm thinking like the one thing that bothers me the most is recruiting. And I think I think we're still in the back of the dumpster. Like,
oh no.
In the rankings of the rankings, and you know, I mean, we haven't got close to the top 10 for a long time.
Well, you're sitting at 11 right now.
That's good.
So I mean, that's not bad. What is that? Third in the ACC, it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not terrible. Well, now we'll see if it holds up. Signing day's not till December. If they go 2-10 again, a lot of these people are going to wise up and jump ship. You know, fuck out of Dodge. Type of deal on that.
We can do the same. I mean, like we did the Taggart. So I'm just very I'm just wanting to see how far we can go. I know you said that we're not going to make it to the playoffs, but
no,
I still think,
playoffs.
Yeah.
Right
we're not going to make it to the playoffs. No. And, I agree. I kind of agree to that.
Yeah,
so, I mean.
Circle takes
can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Circle takes the square on that. We agree.
Yeah. I mean, I just think, a 7 or 8 season could still put Norvell in deep water. So I just, what are the chances if we do get to the playoffs, if we do show up? I mean, let's just
zero, buddy, zero. Zero. What are your chances if you get to the playoffs? Zero.
Right.
No, come on.
I'm talking about what the possibilities if we end up benching and we just end up and start just playing games on the right, like continue like in a winning streak.
No, look, listen. This is the decision Florida State faces. Okay. Do you fire Mike Norvell and stay in the ACC, or do you keep Mike Norvell and get out of the ACC? Because you can't do both. Because you can't afford it, bud.
Well, I understood that.
Yeah. So in 2030, you can get out of the ACC for $75 million. Or you can fire Mike Norvell right now for $75 million. But you can't do both.
Right.
It's a real
and the one
sad
thing,
situation.
And the one thing is, if we end up firing Norvell, and we end up paying, if we don't end up paying somehow to get out of the ACC, and I just have that feeling like, you were talking about Wall Street. I mean, FSU is trying to get in touch with Wall Street or someone to do an equity loan or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's like a very grim scenario for Florida State.
Yes.
And I had that feeling that one day, my family, me and my family members were arguing about if Florida State ends up losing the name or something like that. I think you probably know about the Redskins. Washington D.C. had to change their name to the Redskins to the Commanders. Same with Cleveland with Indiana, and now they changed it to Cleveland to the Indians to the Guardians, and they might have control of that if that ends up, and if we keep having losing seasons. Do you think that's a possible scenario?
I don't care whether or not Florida State changes their name or not, but they do need to get that fucking white kid off of that show pony and get an actual Indian. I mean, that's the bare minimum there, I think, that Florida State should do in terms of all of that crap with Indian names or whatever. And if people like it or don't like it, I don't know. But it is completely unacceptable that in a state surrounded by Seminole Indians, you can't find one to put up on that horse. You got to get a white kid and paint him up like it's Halloween. That's ridiculous, I think. So I don't care about changing the name, but I would say get that white kid off that stupid
feel like
fucking pony.
They're offended to it. I mean, it's the team mascot.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
They take a white boy and they paint him up like an Indian and call him a mascot. Yes,
Oh yeah, yes, of course.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Well, what do you? Well, what do you want? Like something authentic, or
Yeah,
just
get an
like
actual fucking Indian. They give that white boy a scholarship to do that. You know how many Indians in Florida would love to be able to read? Give one of them a scholarship and teach them how to read and write and shit like that. At Florida State, put them in the circus school, teach them to do the trapeze or walk the high rope or something. I mean, why does another white kid have to get an Indian scholarship? I mean, you can get a real Indian. I mean, come on, man. Go to the Hard Rock Casino and hire one from there.
Hey, I mean, dude, I mean, we should probably they should probably make a deal with the Hard Rock with the casinos. Then, I mean, hey, I mean, if there's a reservation there, then they'll take it. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, I just think there are better scholarships than being a mascot for the Native Americans. I mean,
but wouldn't it make sense? Just hear me out here. Wouldn't it make sense if your mascot is an Indian? Wouldn't it make sense to have an actual fucking Indian? I mean, we're not talking about a dinosaur here. Like, there are Indians still around.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But what about, for example, West Virginia, like for the Mountaineers? I mean, do they need? I mean, they had an Asian girl being the mascot.
There are Asian people that live in the mountains, though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Tennessee has Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone's fucking dead.
Mm.
He lost the Alamo. Thanks a lot, Daniel Boone. So Tennessee can't get an actual Daniel Boone because there was only one of them, and he got his ass killed at the Alamo because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. So Tennessee paints somebody up like Daniel Boone. But there are still Indians around. Now, I mean, we killed a significant portion of them, but a few survived. They're around. And we make them, they're easy to find because we gate them off. We get, on the reservation. So Florida State could easily go down there and get one. And that would solve all of their problems. They're cursed. It's old Indian curse. There's many a slip twixt a cup and a lip. While y'all are going 2-10, and Jose Chavez is outside doing it with his horse. Thank you for the call, Leo Fang, and good luck to Florida State this year. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
What's up, Lou?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I might be canceled by tomorrow, but for now, we're good.
Hey, so I want to know what your thoughts are. So with the revenue sharing starting this year, 2026, and, with all the NIL stuff, do you think the days of universities cutting coaches as quick as they used to are over?
Yes.
So obviously,
I think that's why Billy Napier is still at Florida. I mean, I make jokes about Florida giving up on football and they don't care and yada, blah, blah, blah. But I think that's 90% of the reason why Billy Napier is still employed at Florida is because of revenue sharing.
Okay. Because you see some of these fan bases, I'll give you an instance, LSU, for example. All of them are saying that if we don't go to the playoffs this upcoming year, that Brian Kelly's going to be fired, and that is complete horseshit. We can't afford to fire Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
LSU does not have the funds that Texas A&M may have, or Texas A&M used to have, because they don't have them no more. They just gave Jimbo $75 million. So.
Yeah. Now, what I hope will happen, because I put myself in like Florida fan shoes or whatever fill in the blank program that's kind of down right now, and they're on a coach that's in year 3 or 4 and hasn't done anything or whatever. I put myself in their shoes. I want that coach gone. But like you said, that's not going to happen as quick as it used to, I don't think, because of the revenue sharing. That's $20 million a year that they don't have to pay a buyout. What I wish would happen is that the coaching salaries would come back down to earth. or at the very least, the contract terms would come back down to earth. The idea of a 10-year, $100 million coaching contract that's guaranteed is insane. This isn't an NFL player who's risking life and limb, so you have to have a guaranteed contract, or a Major League Baseball player who could, whatever, break his neck and never be able to play again, or an NBA player. This is a head coach. These schools that went out and did these 10-year, $100 million contracts, guaranteed now. Look at Texas A&M is the poster child, right? Jimbo Fisher during COVID wins 10 games. Every other year he wins 8, but during COVID he wins 10 games. So what does A&M do? Immediately. 10-year, $100 million contract extension. 3 years later, they're firing him and paying him $80 million not to work.
Right.
$80 million not to work. That's the problem.
It's crazy.
Get rid of that. Now,
I
it's
agree.
easy for me to say, just offer the coach a 3-year contract instead of a 10-year contract. Well, no coaches are going to come there. That's the problem. Like, let's take Florida as an example. If they want Lane Kiffin's not leaving Ole Miss to go to Florida for a 3-year contract, $5 million a year. That's not happening. You're going to have to give him 5 years, $10 million a year, and as soon as he has one good season, he's going to want the 10-year, $100 million deal. So I don't know what the answers are. I have a feeling it's going to stay like it is. The contracts are going to stay the same. Schools are just going to be forced to hang on to below average coaches a lot longer than they used to because they can't afford the buyouts anymore.
Right. No, I totally agree. I see in the comment section, a lot of people are asking me if I'm the guy with the broken leg. Yes, I'm the guy with the broken leg.
Oh, yeah.
I had surgery yesterday. Everything seemed to go good. They didn't have to do the tightrope deal, but they fixed the bones and stuff, and then they did confirm that I do have a torn ACL in my left knee. So, it's gonna suck. Hopefully, I can make it to the Clemson game, but we'll see. I don't know, but that's all I wanted to talk about, Lou. Thanks,
all right, buddy.
man.
Yeah, appreciate you calling in, and I hope your recovery goes well. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Hi, Lou.
How you doing?
I got a big problem.
Oh yeah, I'm a professional problem solver. You called the right place, bud.
Well, I've been listening to a lot of national guys talking this summer, and I've
There's your
decided
problem
everybody hates my team.
Who's your team?
Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
They're not picking my Notre Dame Irish to win the national championship.
And that means they hate them?
Yep, absolutely.
So if people aren't picking Penn State to win the Natty, does that mean they hate Penn State? Come on, man. I mean,
no,
I'm not saying nobody hates Notre Dame, but not picking Notre Dame to win a Natty isn't an indication of hating Notre Dame.
Well, setting that aside with a more logical explanation, I do think it's been funny. If anybody finished second in football in college football last year, it was us. And the only thing we were missing was a quarterback who could throw the ball further than 20 yards down the field. And we're going to get one. And as far as that goes, as long as our quarterback can do that, we're going to be better than we were last year.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame's going to be better than they were last year. I agree with you. I think they're going to be better. Now, I don't know. So Notre Dame made the national title game last year and lost. So when I say I think they're going to be better this year than they were last year, that doesn't automatically mean I think they're winning the Natty. Notre Dame could be a better team than they were last year and lose in the first round of the playoffs. It's all about matchups once you get into the playoffs, as far as who beats who you get matched up with. Do you have to play a road game versus a home game, all that kind of stuff. So I think they will be a better team, particularly offensively, than they were last year. I don't know what that means for the postseason, other than the fact that they're probably going to make it there. But I do think I do think they'll be a better team without Riley Leonard. I think he kind of held them back. I like Notre Dame's wide receivers, and they looked good last year at times, but I just don't think Riley Leonard really had the capability of taking advantage of those talents on the outside.
And that showed in the Ohio State game for sure, because we had some chances and he just couldn't get it done. But we did. I think a lot of people forgot that we beat Penn State last year head to head.
Yeah,
and it was a hell of a game, but we won.
Yeah.
and when you're looking at different teams going into this season, we know that the march to a championship is a depth game, and And then I hear a lot of hot takes as far as people calling for LSU. You might have a chance, or Clemson's going to have a chance. And then to not mention Notre Dame has been entertaining to me so far. So, and with that being said,
Notre Dame's problem lies down the road when teams stop scheduling them. That's Notre Dame's biggest issue in the near future is people are going to stop playing them. Now, to be fair, I think they should. I don't think anybody should schedule Notre Dame anymore. I think Notre Dame should be in a conference. I'm
sure you heard the news. They locked Clemson up for 12 years, so we'll at least have a Clemson game.
Well, maybe. That's not set in stone either, because Notre Dame wants that Clemson game to count as one of the 5 ACC games, and the ACC is saying no.
Oh, so, okay. That's more info than I knew.
They're trying to work that out now. And the other thing is, there's not a single game that's scheduled 12 years from today that's going to be played. I don't care if they schedule it or not. It's not happening. Just think about everything that's changed in college football over the last 3 or 4 years, and then try to think 12 years down the road. It's pointless to schedule these games 10, 12 years in advance anyway. It's ridiculous. So the odds of it being played are slim to none anyway. Yeah.
Well, I guess then, I mean, if they stop scheduling Notre Dame, then it'll just be the sweepstakes for these big conferences to try to swoon Notre Dame into their conference.
Yeah, I think the playoff commission should, when they restructure the playoff, it should only involve teams that are in the 4 major conferences. I don't think it should involve the group of 5 or any independents. And then Notre Dame can decide how important their independence is to them. Do they want to remain independent and play in the Citrus Bowl against Boise State every year, or do they want to participate in the big boy league and join a conference? That's what I think should happen. I think it will happen in my lifetime.
What's stopping the big teams in these big conferences being loyal to their conferences? Why does Ohio State or Michigan or Georgia, why do they need their conferences? They could probably, or Texas or an Oklahoma, they could easily ally with each other and leave the conferences they're currently in.
Then why didn't they do that?
Well, they haven't. That's true. Right. But, I think the right head of a TV guy, gets the right allies.
It's not about
involved.
TV money. Notre Dame makes peanuts in TV money compared to everyone else. The only benefit Notre Dame gets financially from being independent is if they make the playoffs, they get to keep the money themselves and they don't have to split it with the conference. But to have 7 games a year on NBC, Notre Dame's not making what the SEC is making or the Big Ten is making by having 7 games a year on Peacock. They're not. Notre Dame's making $30-40 million a year from NBC. Ohio State's making $80 million a year. Georgia's making $60 million a year. Notre Dame's not making anywhere near the TV money that the SEC and the Big Ten are making. It's not even close.
Well, and then when they win the national title this year, we'll see if that changes.
Well, it won't change. NBC's not going to pay $100 million for 6 games. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Plus, you're locked into a contract. Your TV contract doesn't change based off of your record last year, so it doesn't matter one way or the other. But thank you for the call. Good morning, you're on with Uncle Lou.
Good morning, Lou. How you doing?
Good.
I was just going to ask you, why do you think Mark Stoops is still at Kentucky? It seems to me like he's
the best coach they've had in the last 40, 50 years.
I mean, as low as they're recruiting now and with the new SEC, I just don't see what the path forward is for them.
Well, they've never had a path forward, with or without Stoops. But with Stoops, they had a couple of years in the top 15. I mean, when Stoops got there, they were winning 2 games a year. I mean, they're way better now than they were before Stoops. Now, I think they will get rid of him eventually. He's not unfireable. But, yeah, I mean, he's brought Kentucky way up from where they were when he got there. His problem is that he pissed everybody off by trying to take the Texas A&M job. That's his problem. Yeah. So now he's not finishing in the top 15. He's not winning 8 and 9 games a year. He won 1 SEC game last year right after trying to take the Texas A&M job. If he has another year or 2 like that, he will get fired.
Yeah, I figure you're right about that.
Yeah.
My idea about the top 4 coaches thing was not necessarily coaches on the hot seat, but just coaches like, I mean, we all know Mario Cristobal is not on the hot seat, but he can still not know what he's doing. So I don't know. There's something for the "Your Season Is Over" video, like who were the top 4, dumbest coaches of the previous week or something like that.
Yeah. The only problem with that is it would change every single week.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would work. I think the other idea might have been better. But here's why Mark Stoops is the coach of Kentucky. Here's Kentucky's win totals before Mark Stoops got there: 2, 2, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 3, 2, 4, 7, 2, 2, 6, 7, 5, 4, 4, 1. That's all the way back to 1994. Here's the win totals with Mark Stoops: 5, 5, 7, 7, 10, 8, 5, 10, 7, 7. So he's had, is that 2 10-win seasons? That's the only 10-win seasons for Kentucky since 1977.
Yeah.
So that's why he's still there.
Yeah. What do you think are the coaches in the SEC going to get fired this year?
Well, I don't know which ones are, but the ones that are in danger of getting fired would be Hugh Freeze, Mark Stoops, Sam Pittman at Arkansas, Billy Napier at Florida. That's probably it. I don't think Brian Kelly's getting fired. There's some talk about that. I don't think that's happening. So Hugh Freeze, Billy Napier, Mark Stoops, Sam Pittman.
Yeah. Thank you, Lou. I've been
buddy.
a big fan for a lot of years. I wanted to ask you, too, do you still have any more of that wrapping paper from when you got all the wrapping paper that time?
Actually, no, I don't. That got left somewhere a long time ago, and I kind of just abandoned it. But so, no, I actually don't have any of that wrapping paper left anymore. I don't know whatever happened to it, to be honest with you. I have no idea. All right, buddy. Hey, thank you for the call. Wrapping paper. That's probably one of the dumbest things I ever did. Take 2. You're on with Lou. Maybe.
Can you hear me?
Yes, miracle. You figured it out. Congratulations,
Oh,
man. Welcome to
lovely.
the
It was
21st
awesome.
century,
First
man.
time.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Good to see you. What's the problem, dude? Have you ever talked on the phone before? I'm serious. Now, this is you called in twice and can't work a phone, man. That's alarming. You okay? Well, I mean, what's going on?
know what
I'm here,
the fuck
man.
they're doing.
Hey, buddy. Whoa.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
All right, go ahead. You there?
I'm here, my dude.
All right. Well, I mean,
Jesus Christ.
I sat here for 60 seconds and you didn't say a word, and I'm sitting there saying, hello, hello. Go ahead. Go.
Hey, fuck, man. I'm right here. I'm saying Ty Simpson. I got some doubt. Big Bama fan. I mean, he sat on the bench for 3 years for a fucking reason. You know what I mean? He's never ready to go. I kind of doubt, 11-1 this year. Oh, it's going to be his year, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man, we'll see. All right. Secondly, I really just want to rip on Texas. Fuck Texas. Fuck Steve Sarkisian and his fucking retard ass. Fuck him. Fuck that dude. They just buy players. They got a bunch of fucking idiots. Also, Andrew Makuba from last year, that dude was just out there to hurt people. Dude's a piece of shit. Fuck him. Roll Tide. Let's go, baby.
All right. Thank you for the call. That was amazing. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Hey, Lou. Hey, Lou. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, thank God.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, buddy. I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, Blue? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man.
Hey, look, I really don't know what the hell happened to me in the last live stream, like last Thursday. Apparently, my mic was just fucking up for some reason.
Dang, there's a lot of that going around.
Yeah, a lot going on. But yo, obviously, you know I'm an LSU fan. I've been watching this show for a while now. But pull up LSU schedule for me so I can make a prediction.
All right.
Let go.
All right.
Bro, hey, Lou, this is already going better than last time, man.
All right. LSU 2025. All right. There it is.
All right, let's go.
At Clemson.
Yeah, at Clemson. Hey, listen, bro. I know this is gonna be a very tough game for us, especially with the fact that we taking on a pretty good Clemson team. I say pretty good, you know, because they had a good season last year. Listen, man, the biggest problem that we've had for about last couple years, I say, bro, we can't win in week 1. That's been the biggest problem we've had for a while. You know what I mean? But I think this is definitely going to be a very fun game. Obviously, it's a battle of the Death Valleys. We, of course, taking on a Clemson team who won 10 games last year, somehow managed to win the ACC, despite the fact they lost 4 games. They, of course, got, in my opinion, the best QB in the country in Kid Klubnik. I say he's the best because I think he's better than Nussmeier. Honestly, this is going to be a tough game because we're taking on a good team, and we know they pissed because we beat them in a national title game a couple years back. But, hey, I'm saying this, though. I think we're going to get the win against Clemson. I think we're going to beat Clemson. Yeah, I know we ain't won a season opener since 2019, simply because we keep crapping down our own leg. But, you know, it's going to be very tough.
All right, we can't spend 10 minutes on every game. Are you winning at Clemson or are you losing?
Yeah, we winning at Clemson.
All right,
100%.
Louisiana Tech.
As long as we got Nussmeier.
Louisiana Tech.
Easy ass W. Come on now.
Florida at home.
Easy ass W. Fuck Florida, bro.
Southeastern Louisiana Lions.
Who?
Southeastern Louisiana Lions.
That's also gonna be a W.
At Ole Miss.
Oh man. Hey, this is gonna be a tough game, but I say we beat Ole Miss. Even though we ain't won in Oxford in 4 years, I say we beat Ole Miss.
Home against South Carolina.
Oh my God. Hey, listen, I'm gonna be completely honest. We know South Carolina fans hate us for what happened last year, and I'm not gonna lie, we did get lucky against them. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I say we lose that game.
At Vandy.
I know they got Pavia. He's a good quarterback, but you know what? I say we beat Vandy.
Yeah, you're right about that. Home against Texas A&M.
You know, this the real funny thing about this game is that this is a trendy thing that's been going on recently. Whenever we play A&M at College Station, they always beat us. But whenever we play A&M at Baton Rouge, we always beat them. And I don't really think it's going to be any different this year. I say we beat A&M.
All right. On the road at Bama, what beat you by 111 last year?
Yeah, because Brian Kelly's a fucking idiot.
Dang. Is he still there?
Yeah, he is.
Uh-oh. Okay.
You know what? I say we lose to Alabama. I know we can't beat Bama, and we can't beat them in Tuscaloosa either. So yeah. We ain't beating Bama.
Home against Arkansas.
Hey, listen, we own Arkansas, so I say we beat them, and we keeping the Golden Boot.
Western Kentucky Hilltoppers.
That's a W, obviously. Come on now. We ain't gonna lose. We ain't gonna lose to a non-conference opponent at the end of the season, especially at home.
Right. And then on the road at Oklahoma, last game of the regular season.
Hey, I know you have us beating. I mean, no, not that. I know you have Oklahoma beating us. I know. I ain't gonna hate on that. But you know what though? I say we beat Oklahoma. As long I know people think Oklahoma's gonna be a good team this year. They definitely gonna be better than last year, especially with the fact they got John Mateer. But listen, as long as we got the nuts bust, we gonna be okay. So I see us beating Oklahoma.
All right, that's 10-2 with losses at home against South Carolina and on the road at Bama. I don't know if that may or may not get you into the SEC championship game, but it would probably get you into the playoffs either way.
Yeah, it definitely is gonna get us in the playoffs. Obviously, I mean, look, this is the most talented team we've had in very long time. I say probably since the 2019 season. Look, the thing I worry about the most is just, Brian Kelly's ability to, win a big game. Because I know that's a problem he's had for a long time, and he's had that problem since he became our head coach.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He has won big games as our head coach, but that normally doesn't happen as much with that man, especially with the fact that the guy's a fake accent leprechaun bitch. But hey, I will say this though: the game, in my opinion, I think our toughest game of the season is against South Carolina because we're taking on a team that I know is hungry for revenge for what happened to them when we played them last year, and I know they got a great quarterback in Lenore Sellers, who in my opinion has arguably the highest ceiling out of any quarterback in college football this year. Even a higher ceiling than Klubnik and Nussmeier.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm going to say this though. Since, listen, when we play Florida this year, we get revenge and we whooping their ass. Hell, people should know this by now, including Florida fans and bitch Tavian himself. Florida cannot beat us in Baton Rouge. In fact, the last time they beat us in Baton Rouge was 9 years ago, and the only reason that game was even in Baton Rouge was because of a goddamn hurricane. So let me just say this: when we play Florida and Baton Rouge, we get revenge, and we go and beat the hell out of them. Okay, and once again, we gonna prove Florida why we own them. Okay. Listen, I'm just saying, man. Also, DJ Lagway sucks ass, bro. DJ Lagway sucks ass. And Octavian should know this by now. By the way, Florida going 5-7. Tell Octavian I said that.
All right, I'll let him know. LSU 10-2.
I gotta go, man.
All right, thanks for the call, buddy. Yeah, good to hear from you. All right, there's nobody waiting to come on, so I'm gonna take a 2-minute break, and I will be right back.
Session.
Post a link one more time, I guess. See if anybody wants to come on. If not, we'll just read some chat for a while. Rambling on with Zach Jones. Thank you for the super chat. He says something. ... No response. Can you hear me? Yeah. Hello. Yeah, come on in, bud. Have you heard the good news? Yeah. No, I'm knock on my fucking door. No. Lou, I'm not mad yet. Not mad yet? All right, good. Good. I'm proud of you, Bale. I'm proud of you. That's quite an accomplishment, because aren't you an Auburn fan? Honestly, you should be mad. You should be irate, dude. So that's really good that you're not mad. If anybody deserves to be mad, it's Auburn, man. Yep, I'm skeptical about Penn State recovers. They have Whitfield several times in the portal. Whiffed several times in the portal. Yeah, well, they got a known commodity. They got the guy from Syracuse, had almost 1,000 yards last year. But I agree. They need somebody. For Penn State to hit their ceiling, they've got to have something on the outside. I mean, you can't play a game of modern football and have 0 receptions by your wide receivers. Like, that's just can't be a game plan. And that was the case last year for what game? Was it against Notre Dame? Which game? Was it the Penn State-Notre Dame game where Penn State's wide receivers didn't have a single catch? I mean, you just, what are we doing? You can't play modern football that way. Not at the elite level, which is where Penn State has been in every other category lately. They just need something on the outside. You know, do they have a guy that can catch a 9-yard pass on 3rd and 8? I mean, we're not asking for Jeremiah Smith at Penn State. You know what I mean? Like, there's only one of those. But, like, even a place like Georgia, last year Georgia's receivers were pretty bad. But, like, even a place like Georgia, which isn't known as putting out, like, high-level elite wide receivers every single year, even Georgia has had a better wide receiver situation than Penn State, you know, over the last 10 years or so. So we'll see. You're right. They have not had any luck at all at the wide receiver position, whether it be recruiting or portal, really in a while. Really in quite some time, too. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
How's it going there, Lou? How's it not going, brother?
Going good. How are you, bud?
Man, I was just sitting here looking through a couple of channels, man. I was wondering what you thought about what's going on with Nebraska. You think Nebraska's gonna be hitting on anything this year?
I mean, I think they'll make a bowl game for the 2nd year in a row. I don't think they can get much past the 8-win mark or so. I don't think they're in that tier of the Big Ten. I think they're not in the bottom tier anymore. You know, they went 10 years without even making a bowl game. I don't think they're that.
They're a very interesting team, man. Very interesting team to me.
Yeah,
that could be one of those teams that could be really up and then just absolutely terrible all at the same time, you know?
Yeah, Raiola should play better. I mean, true freshman last year, so a lot of experience under his belt. He should be better in year 2. But there's too many games on their schedule that I don't think they can win, even if Raiola plays really good, for them to get to the 9 or 10 win mark. So it seems like probably 8-4 would be about the ceiling for them. I guess if they pull off an upset or two, they could get to 9 wins, but I don't see them making the playoffs or competing for the Big Ten championship.
You see them falling off a cliff or anything like that?
No. I think they'll make a bowl game again.
What's your opinion about Vanderbilt with this little magic they had last year? You think they're gonna be able to keep that up this next year coming up?
Do I think they can win 5 games again? Is that what you're asking? I mean, they weren't any good last year. They weren't any good last year. You think they can win like 3 or 4 games like they did last year? That was kind of, you know, a lot of people didn't really expect it, you know? No, I'd be shocked if they make a bowl game. I mean, they weren't good last year, and they're not going to be good this year.
Yeah, I know a lot. I don't really put a lot of stock into the Alabama thing. You know, every team can have a bad game plan and go in there and wipe the bed with it. You know.
Yeah. Vandy was a good story, not a good team.
Yeah, but I was gonna ask you one more thing before I let you go. I was gonna see what you thought about the receiver core this year at Georgia. You think they're gonna make a big jump? Can't be much worse than it was last year.
It's got to be better than last. I mean, if any of them can catch. It was better than last year. So, yeah, I mean, I think getting Colby Young back will help. He's a big, tall body on the outside, and he played well the first few games of the season before he had to sit out. Noah Thomas, to transfer from Texas A&M, is another big guy you can put on the outside. That hurt Georgia last year.
So bad.
The drops were the big thing, but the other thing that hurt him at the wide receiver position besides the drops was the fact that they were playing 3 and 4 slot receivers at the same time. They didn't have any outside wide receivers last year. Dylan Bell's a slot receiver. He's a running back, really, but he plays slot receiver. But he had to play on the outside. I mean, they didn't have any. They had nothing on the outside worth a damn. Now, do I think Noah Thomas or Colby Young is winning the Biletnikoff Award or getting drafted in the first round of the NFL draft? No. But look what, okay, so you had Arian Smith on one side on the outside. This guy's 5'9", $105. And you had Dylan Bell on the other. I mean, come on. These are slot receivers. These are gimmick players. These are punt returners.
Think about the magic that we made happen.
Ones. I mean, it was horrible. It was absolutely terrible. So, yeah, I think the wide receivers will be a lot better. Now, we don't have Carson Beck, so I don't know how the passing game will be, but Carson Beck kept Georgia's head above water last year. I mean, he was about all we had offensively.
He kept it above water, and then sometimes he'd dunk us in there and kind of give us a little damn waterboarding, and then he'd let us back up, you know?
I mean, Nate Frazier looked good at times, but he was a true freshman with a fumbling issue and an injury problem. ETN was okay. ETN was not as good as Georgia fans hoped he would be. He was good, but then he got hurt and was out for 25-30% of the year. Nate Frazier was a true freshman. He was out 3 or 4 games. It's just... You know, Carson Beck was really the lone bright spot, and then he had that 3 or 4 game stretch in the middle of the season where he kept throwing the ball to the other team. So, I mean, I think the wide receivers will be better.
As long as they're not hurting the production, they got to be way better, right? It's got to be some give there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and if you can run the ball, it makes it easier to throw.
It really does. It really would. I don't know what happened to our run game. It's like we went to this bubble screen stuff, and it really threw off our whole balance.
It's not the fault. I mean, we ran bubble screens because we couldn't run the ball. We didn't.
Yeah, it was an intention, you know, and it wasn't a good one either.
Every team runs bubble screens, and every fan base complains about it. So I don't know. Anyway, hey, thank you for the call. I got to let you go. It's getting late. I'm going to have to wrap it up here pretty soon. That's going to be it for the calls. I will hang out and chat with y'all for a little bit in the comment section, but I have a busy day tomorrow, a travel day for Uncle Lou. I have a busy day tomorrow. I have fun in Vegas, says Biggs Mikes, and then he goes ahead and says, pay Lou. Lou, I'm currently taking a medication called Cope Extra Strength. Yeah, well, you might want to take double whatever you've been taking. Because have you seen the recruiting rankings? For Auburn. Auburn is 8. They're like, are they 90th? What? They're so bad. I forgot what they even were. Are they 80th or 90th? I mean, they're 90th. Holy fuck. You might want to triple the dose, dude. Look. They're 3 spots ahead of Liberty, which is where Hugh Freeze came from. God damn. That's poverty. That's poverty. That Apple money is incoming. I don't know what that means. In fact, I have no idea what that means. Uncle Lou, will Georgia in the regular season give up 2 40-point games like they did last year? I'm an idiot. You're an idiot? Well, if you're an idiot, you're in the right place because you're surrounded by like-minded people. Will Georgia give up 40 twice? I'll say no. I'll say no on that. Arkansas winning it all next year. Yeah. Keep telling yourself that. Woo pig dummy. Woo pig dummy. 5-star dummy. Oh, shit. Lou, you better win money on the blackjack table or I'll be disappointed. I'm not doing a lot of gambling on this trip. I mean, I'll do some, but I'm not doing a lot of gambling on this trip. It's definitely not a gambling trip. Now I'm in Vegas, so I'm sure I'll gamble some, but it's not a gambling trip. We're going to a concert. We're going to spend a couple of days at a pool. What else are we doing? We're going to the Pinball Hall of Fame. I'm looking forward to that. The Pinball Hall of Fame. They got vintage. It's like a 70s and 80s arcade. They got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of vintage arcade games, pinball machines, all the old school video games. And they're all a quarter. They're all a quarter. No, I'm not going to Stadium Swim. That's downtown. I'm staying on the Strip. Stadium Swim's at Circa downtown. We're staying at Mandalay Bay for half the week and Planet Hollywood for the second half of the week. Is Alabama going to be worth a shit next season? Yes, they're going 11-1. Their only loss on the road at South Carolina. Lou, don't hit the outskirts at the Bunny Ranch. No, not going to the Bunny Ranch. Not going to the Bunny Ranch. I'm the GOAT of idiotic takes, says Samuel Price. Georgia gave up 42 to Georgia Tech and 41 to Alabama. I think they will probably lose Alabama 27-24, hold them under 30, and beat Tech 34-24. Yeah, I think they'll lose to Bama, Georgia. I think that too. Everybody want to hassle L's. Bring it on. You want people to hassle you? Is that what you're saying? Went to Gatlinburg's Pinball Museum. It was fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. For one thing, it's indoors. Look, when you go to Vegas in July, you better make sure most of whatever you have planned to do is inside. It's going to be 110, 115 degrees every single day that we're there. So outside of the two pool days, we're doing a pool day at Mandalay Bay and a pool day at Planet Hollywood. But outside of that, whatever we do is going to be indoors. We're going to a concert Saturday night at the Raiders Stadium. We're going to the Pinball Museum or Hall of Fame, whatever it's called. What else did I say we were doing? We are right. Oh, we're going to ride the what's it called? The high roller. We're going to ride the high roller. It's a just giant Ferris wheel right in the middle of the Strip. You've probably seen it if you've ever seen pictures or videos of Las Vegas. We're going to ride that one night. Going to eat at Peter Luger's Steakhouse. I've never eaten there. But you can't go wrong with a steakhouse. I mean, so we're eating at Peter Luger's at Caesar's Palace. I think that's on Tuesday. We're eating there. A tornado. If you're being serious, then be safe. Did you hear they're doing a Major League Baseball game at Bristol Racetrack? No, I didn't hear that. Lou, just split your 10 value cards on the blackjack table and everyone at the table will look. No. Split 10s? No. I'm dumb. I'm not stupid. I'm not splitting a winning hand. I'm not turning one winning hand into two losing hands. I'm not splitting 10s. Hey, Lou, I was wondering when the next schedule prediction video comes out. It's probably going to be a while because I go out of town tomorrow. So I do have some videos coming out over the next few days, but they're not prediction videos. I might do a prediction video tomorrow morning before I leave. My flight's at 3:00 tomorrow afternoon, so I might be able to work on a prediction video tomorrow morning. But if there's not a prediction video out tomorrow, then there won't be one for at least a week. The ACC champion will be the only playoff team, and they'll be ranked outside the top 12. Double down on hard 20. No. Have fun, Lou, on your trip. Yeah, we're going to have a good time. It's just me and a lady going. We'll have a good time. Can you do a prediction on LSU? Surprised you haven't yet. Yeah, they're on the list. They're on the list. I mean, you can figure out a lot about what I think about LSU because I've done Alabama, I've done Oklahoma, I've done Clemson. And LSU plays all three of those teams. So you can figure out where I'm headed with LSU by watching those. I'm not sure when the Georgia prediction video will be out yet. I'm not I'm still not. Sometimes I don't do a prediction video for certain teams because there's things I'm not sure about yet with certain teams. It's not as simple as just randomly picking a team and doing it. There's some teams I'm just not ready to do the prediction video for them yet for whatever reason. Living in Las Vegas currently, table games, dealer, dice, and blackjack. Oh, yeah? Where at? Or do you not want to say? Is it for one of the big, is it MGM or Caesars, or is it someone else? Is it an MGM property, a Caesars property, or one of the other ones? Why do Ohio State fans on Twitter think football started in 2000? Because they're owned and dominated by their rival, Michigan, and the only way they're able to sleep at night is to cherry pick random points in time so that they can pretend they're better than Michigan. Clemson Tigers are not stopping death before dishonor. You okay, bud? LSU to me is a team that can go anywhere from 8-4 to 10-2, maybe even 7-5 if Nussmeier goes nuts with interceptions again. Yeah. Only 2000 to 2019 matter to the Buckeye man. Yeah. Lou, play craps. It has the best odds, and it is by far the most fun. Well, no, it doesn't have the best odds. It is the most fun. I agree with you there. But craps doesn't have the best odds. I mean, if you only play the come bet and then you take odds, if you only play the pass line and then you take all the odds, it's a decent bet. Every other bet on the craps table is a terrible bet, odds-wise. Blackjack and Baccarat have better odds than craps, though. Speaking about Vegas, do you think UNLV puts a season together that gets Dan Mullen paid next year? Well, UNLV is going to the playoffs. Is that what you're asking? I don't know about Dan Mullen getting paid, but UNLV is going to the playoffs. Man, I want to play blackjack now. That's my game when I go. I play some other stuff too, but blackjack is the only thing I'll play for serious money. I'll play some of the other circus games, carnival games every once in a while for fun, but blackjack's the only thing I'll play for any serious money. Imagine how fun an Uncle Lou pinball machine would be. Oh, man. Yeah, every time you lose the ball down the thing, you get hit with the 5-star dummy. Do you still think Michigan and Kentucky are Georgia light? I don't remember that analogy, so I'm not sure on that. How many decks do they use out there? I try to play single deck where I can. They have single deck, double deck, 6 deck, 8 deck, and then they have continuous shuffle machines. Generally speaking, the higher of a limit you're playing, the better the rules are for the player. If you want to play single deck or double deck, it's going to cost on the strip. That's going to cost you $200 a hand. If you go off strip, you can find single deck or double deck for maybe $50 a hand, if you're lucky. Single deck pitch is the most fun. They have that on Fremont Street, $50 a hand at, is it Golden Nugget? I played Albert Tucci. He's in the comment section sometimes. In January, when we all went to Vegas, we were downtown on Fremont Street, and I think it was the Golden Nugget. I could be wrong. We were in one of the casinos on Fremont Street, and they had pitch blackjack, single deck pitch blackjack, $50 a hand. Lou, yes, it most certainly does. What? If you're still talking about craps having the best odds in the casino, that's just not true. The only bet on craps that even has decent odds is the pass line bet. And if that's all you bet is the pass line and you don't make any other bets, then that's a decent bet. But all of the other bets on craps are terrible bets for the player. Some people don't like pitch. The casinos love it because you can't count cards. The players can't count cards on pitch blackjack because the cards are dealt face down to each player. You get to pick up, you get to touch the card. You know, normally in blackjack you can't touch the cards; they yell at you. In pitch blackjack, they deal all the players their cards face down, and you touch them, you flip them, you pick them up and look at them. But some people don't like pitch blackjack. And if you find pitch single, especially single deck pitch blackjack, the limits are going to be high. Betting banker on baccarat is the best bet in a casino. Yeah. Are you better at betting blackjack or betting sports that you don't watch, pay attention to? The guy who said craps has the best odds is an idiot. Baccarat is literally the closest thing to 50-50 you can get. Yeah. Yeah, baccarat, you're just betting player or banker. That's it. There's no, other than that, there's no decisions to make. Baccarat's the closest to 50-50 you can get. Do you play Texas Hold'em? Yeah. Well, in Vegas, you mean? Not usually in Vegas, no. Usually not in Vegas, no. I play around town. I used to play around town all the time. I don't play that much around town anymore, but. Yeah. Blue Falcon is right. Roulette's one of the worst. I love blackjack, but I'm a poker nerd, specifically Texas Hold'em, roulette too. I love Texas Hold'em. I don't like playing it in a casino because you're by yourself. You can't. It's like I'm going to Vegas with the lady. What am I going to do? Go sit in a poker room for 4 hours? I mean, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? If I play roulette, she can stand there with me. If I play blackjack, she can sit there with me. If I play baccarat, she can sit there with me. If I play crap, she can sit right there with me. If I go play poker for 4 hours, so I don't play poker that much in the casino. Split lines and split green. Well, there shouldn't even be a way to split green in roulette. There shouldn't be a roulette wheel with more than 1 0 on it. Don't even get me started. Now they got 000 out there. I don't like Omaha. It costs a lot of money to play Omaha. It costs a lot of money to play Omaha. You always have a good hand until the very end in Omaha. You're always this close to making a hand in Omaha. That's a dangerous fucking game, Omaha. Triple zero wheels are just robbery. 00 wheels are robbery. I mean, but people have gotten used to 00 wheels over the last 25 years. 30 years ago, there was no 00 wheels. 5 years ago, there was no 000 wheels. But in 20 years, people will think it's normal that there's 000 wheels. It's fucking ridiculous. I refuse to play a 000 wheel. I will play a 00 wheel sometimes, but I'd rather play a single zero wheel. MGM Grand has a single zero wheel for $50 a spin. That's my favorite roulette game in Vegas. It's at MGM Grand, single zero, $50 a spin. Yeah, I've played Ultimate Hold'em. Baccarat has a built-in house advantage. Guess which game doesn't? Pass line, come bet with odds. Yeah, yes, the pass line and the come bet does have a built-in house advantage. If it didn't, you wouldn't be allowed to make the bet. I don't know why or who it is you think you're arguing with, Virginia, but I mean, Baccarat and Blackjack are the best games you can play in a casino. They have the lowest house edge. Craps is third after that. If you only bet the pass line and you don't make any other bets, then Craps is third at around 1.5%. Blackjack's got what, 0.5% house edge. The pass line's 1.5%. So 1.5 is more than half. I don't know why you keep arguing on and on and on, but I mean, all of this stuff is Googleable. You can just look it up. How good are you at Hold'em? You fleece or get fleeced? I mean, you win some and you lose some. I mean, I don't know what Oh Hell or 3 to 13 is. I mean, I don't play. I don't know. Whatever game you're sitting around playing with your cousins or something, I don't know what you're talking about. We're talking about casino games here. It's the most I ever won at poker in one sitting. Oh, God, dude. Thousands. I mean, I hit a bad beat jackpot one time for $5,000 and something dollars. Art's going to win the Heisman. Well, hopefully they spell Heisman right on the trophy when they give it to him and not however you spelled it. Name 6 casino high-stake games. What do you mean by high stake? I mean, high stake is a relative term to some people. $25 blackjack is high stakes. I don't know what you mean by high stake games. Is there any game or sport that you've lost at that you will not play or bet on again? I mean, there's been plenty of times where I've got up from a table and said, I'm never playing this game again. And then an hour later, I'm right back there. But I can't think of anything that well, I don't play carnival games in general, but even that, if I win $1,500 playing blackjack, I'll take a couple $100 and go to, I'll play 3-card poker or Ultimate Hold'em or the carnival games. But in general, I don't play the carnival games with my own money. I only play carnival games with the casino's money in general. But it's not that, I got some kind of bad beat, and so I'm never playing 3-card poker again. It's just a terrible fucking game. The odds are just horrible. It's fun, and It's just people love it. But 3-card poker is probably the worst odds in the casino, probably. So I don't like to play those kinds of games unless I'm playing with the casino's money. The most rewarding slot machines I have played was a bet between 80 cents and $1. I'm not wasting my time on a $1 slot machine. I don't get anything out of that. I mean, $5 a spin is about the least I'll do. And again, slot machines are the same. I don't like to play slot machines with my own money either. About to walk out the house now and hit the casino. Good luck, Joe. I hope you hit them, man. Hit something big over there. Hit something big over there. I'm not doing much gambling next week in Vegas. That's not really why we're going. I do the guys trip in January. That's a gambling trip. But me and the lady are going out there. We're going to see a concert on Saturday. Spend a couple of days at a pool. A couple other things we got planned. Not that we won't gamble some while we're there, but it's not really a gambling trip. I like the older slots. I don't like the graphics and the sounds. Yeah, well, the older slots are less volatile than the newer ones. Remember your 4th of July phone call where a guy said Georgia and Missouri was a rivalry? Was that on the 4th of July? I remember that call. Yeah. No, the concert's not at the Sphere. It's at Allegiant Stadium, where the Raiders play. I can't go to the casino for a while. I've gotten my ass beat worse than LSU did against Bama last year. I've been there, buddy. I've been there for sure. You have a harder time walking away when you're up or down? Man, probably down. I'm pretty good about walking away when I'm up. I need to work on cutting my losses. I'm not very disciplined at that. I'm pretty good if I get up. In general, if I double, it doesn't matter what I buy in for. If I double it, I'm gone 100% of the time. And I don't care what game I'm playing. If it's roulette, if it's blackjack, if it's baccarat, if it's craps, whatever. If I double my money, I'm gone 100% of the time. Sometimes before that, I'll cash out ahead. But if I ever double my money, I'm gone. So if I'm playing $25 or $50 blackjack and I buy in for $500 or $1,000, if I buy in for $500, if I get to $1,000, I'm out. No question. Now, depending on how it's going, I might cash out at $700 or $750 or something. But if I double, I'm gone right then. I don't wait till the end of the shoe. I don't say, well, let me see what the next hand's going to do. None of that. If I double, I'm gone. And it's the same thing. If I'm playing whatever, $25 a spin roulette and I buy in for $100, if I get to 200, I'm gone. If I double, I'm gone. What's the most amount of money you've won in one sitting? I've won thousands of dollars playing blackjack in a matter of hours before. A bunch of times. Now I've lost a lot of times too. I go to the casino a lot, so when I say I've won a lot of times, that's not any kind of indication that I'm ahead in my lifetime when it comes to gambling. you're going to lose. You gamble enough, you're going to lose. That's just the reality of it. I don't gamble. Gambling's not my job. I don't gamble to pay my bills. None of that. Some people golf. Some people do whatever. I gamble. That's what I do with my discretionary money. I don't plan on winning. But there's been a lot of times I've bought in at blackjack for $500 or $1,000 and cashed out with $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. A lot of times. My son Jade wants to say hello and go dogs. Tell him I said hello and go dogs. There you go. I bet the same or more on sports bets than what I buy in at a blackjack table. Yeah, I don't bet a lot on sports. I'm the opposite. I'll sit down at a blackjack table and put $1,000 on the table like it's nothing. Sports betting, $50, $100 is about all I'll do on a game. I think I'm cursed since I won 1,300 one trip. I've been a loser ever since. I hear a lot of stories like that. People win their first time and then lose the next 10 times, and they're like, "See, they let you win when it's your first trip. That's how they reel you in." Hey Lou, couldn't call in today, but hope you're having a good morning. Hey, thanks, Post. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Vacation starts tomorrow. I betting 500 on LSU and Syracuse week 1. Syracuse getting 13.5. First time you played Baccarat ever. For some reason, I've probably had the worst luck on Baccarat of any game in the casino. I didn't play Baccarat for a long time because I didn't understand it. And if you've ever been to a casino, you know this to be true. So it's not. It's just it is what it is thing. It doesn't mean anything one way or the other. It was always Asian people playing, and I didn't understand it. And even some of the symbols on Baccarat are like Asian, and there's like the dragon bone. Anyway, I didn't understand it. And once I found out how great the odds were, I said, well, I need to figure this fucking game out. So I figured out how to play. And then I sat down and started playing it every once in a while at the casino, and two things happened. I lost. Like the first 5 or 6 times I played Baccarat, I was losing sessions every time. And that's hard to do in Baccarat because it's so close to 50-50. But the first 5 or 6 times I ever played Baccarat, I lost. That was the first problem. Second problem is it's fucking boring. It is so, you don't do anything. There's no decisions to make. It's by far the most boring game in a casino. It is so boring. You don't do anything at all. You don't even get dealt cards. You don't get a hand. It's so boring. Yeah, monkey. They do it at blackjack too. If their first card is a 10, right away they're with the monkey, because they want that blackjack. But yeah, no matter where you're at in a casino, you can hear the Baccarat table. The Baccarat table and the craps table are the two loudest tables in the casino. The craps table, because it tends to be a party atmosphere at the craps table. There's a lot of people can play craps at the same time. It's a fun game. You're rolling the dice. You're rooting for everyone else, So it tends to be loud. And then the Baccarat tables get loud because people bet a lot of fucking money. The highest limits in a casino are on Baccarat. The highest limits in a casino are on Baccarat. Higher than blackjack. Some baccarat tables let you peel the cards. Yeah, but you're still not doing anything. There's no decision for you to make. It's just you're turning the cards over instead of the dealer. All you do is, it's like picking heads or tails on a coin. You're picking heads or tails. Do you think heads is going to land or tails? Except they call it player and banker. And then the dealer deals out two hands. 2 cards here, 2 cards here. And he turns them over. And whichever one's closest to 9 wins. Player hand or banker hand. And you're betting ahead of time whether you think the player hand or the banker hand will be closer to 9. And that's, once the cards start getting dealt, you don't have any other decision to make. There's nothing else you do. Do you want to make a bet? On what? I love bets. So probably, yeah. Yeah, probably. I'll take Florida over Miami straight up. Yeah, I'll take that bet. I think Miami wins that one. In Miami. How much we betting? $100 is my limit. $75? All right. There's the PayPal and the Cash App. Just send it to one of those, and I'll write it down. I got the book right here. Oh, you sent a super chat? I'm sorry. Let's see. They are building a giant casino in North Carolina, I-85, exit 5. That doesn't tell me anything. You talking about Kings Mountain? Is that what you're talking about? I mean, they already have 2 giant casinos in North Carolina, Cherokee and Valley River. Nashville needs to build casinos by the Grand Ole Opry. Lou, would you ever go to OU, Texas? You could go to whatever. Go to the game. I work on Saturdays during the football season. I spent so much money in the casino, I've kept their lights on for a month. I hear you. Oh, man, I hear you. Yep, we've all got those stories. We've all got those stories. Been to WinStar, wasn't impressed. I've never been to WinStar. I have been to some casinos in Shreveport a long time ago. Lou, thanks for being my favorite YouTuber for almost a decade. You're awesome. Hey, thanks, Breezy. Good to see you in here, buddy. Happy 4th. Trade some wide receivers for some D linemen. Georgia loaded up on D linemen, didn't they? What they signed, or not signed? They don't sign until December, but they got commitments from 4 or 5 defensive linemen or something like that. This final month going to feel longer than the past 7. I don't know. This usually goes by pretty quick to me. You got 4th of July coming up. Media Days starts in a couple of weeks. That'll get us through the end of July, and then summer camp and fall practice starts in August. It usually starts to go by quicker to me once we get to this point. I've never been to a casino. Going to go with a friend in Cherokee soon. Yeah, Cherokee is my home casino, basically. I mean, it's nowhere near me, but I don't have any casinos near me. But that's the casino I go to if I'm not going to Vegas or whatever. If I'm just going for a weekend. Like, I've been to Cherokee 100 times, probably. You sent it to PayPal? All right. I'm going to write it down. Did you noted it, right, of what the bet was? I'm sure you did. You still have my phone number anyway, so I think you have my phone number for when you were in Cherokee last time. So, okay, but you put it in the okay. Yeah, you're good now. We're good. We're good. You better have a stop amount, meaning when you lose X amount of dollars, get up and walk away. No one ever does, but you're supposed to. Yeah. Yep. Only casino I have, Lou, is a damn boat on international water out of Myrtle Beach. I've been on that boat several times, buddy. Several times. Yep, I know the one you're talking about. I've been on that boat several times. Yeah, the closest casino to here is 4 hours away driving. It takes me 4 hours to get from here to Cherokee, and that's the closest casino to where I'm at. Sometimes I go 2 or 3 times a year. Sometimes I go 6 or 7 times a year. It really just depends on what else is going on. Hot take, but Texas championship window is closing soon. Ooh, that is a hot take. Still recruiting. They're still recruiting well. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's definitely a hot take. I thought we'd have a top 5 offense and top 20 defense. It was a number 25 offense and number 2 to 3 defense. Says he's posting about Texas, I think. I stayed at some big casino in Oklahoma when I was over the road truck driver. Probably WinStar. Isn't WinStar the biggest casino in the United States? I bet Lou goes to Cherokee and doesn't cruise the park. I don't even know what that. Yeah, I guess I don't, because I don't know what cruise the park means. I'm thinking about taking my lady to Cherokee for a weekend for our anniversary. Do you recommend? It's beautiful up there. Well, I don't know what time of year your anniversary is, but like you go like September, October, it's beautiful up there. The leaves are changing. It's up in the mountains. You can go this time of year. It's warm. The pool there is really nice. Which SEC team do you think has the most improved defense this season? Oh God, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look up numbers from last year and then try to project for this year. I don't know about that. Where is that at? What, Cherokee? It's in where's Cherokee, North Carolina? Cherokee's the name of the city. It's in Cherokee, North Carolina. There's a Harrah's there. Caesars. Yep. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Oh, thank you, Joe. Let's see here. Just in time. I was about to get out of here. Glad I stayed on another 5 minutes. Oh, man, you're good people, Joe. I always appreciate it. Oh, wow. Yeah, Joe. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, and Connor Stallions, I see your bet in here, too. So we're good on the bet. And, Joe, man, thank you. I don't know what I did to get in your good graces, Joe, but if I don't know what I could ever do for you, Joe. But if there is ever anything, please don't hesitate to ask. You want me to call and sing you happy birthday or something on your birthday? Do y'all remember the Alabama fan? Wow, I wish I could remember who it was. There was an Alabama fan that emailed me like 2 weeks before Christmas one year. And I think we ended up swapping phone numbers, or maybe it was just over email. No. We swapped phone numbers. Anyway, he was an Alabama fan, and his dad was a huge Alabama fan. And he wanted me to make a video trash talking his dad for Christmas. So I had the guy give me just like some basic information about his dad and then send me some pictures of his dad or whatever. And I put together like this little 5 or 6 minute clip of me just shitting all over his dad. And I sent it to him. And they played it for him on Christmas Day. He played it for him on Christmas Day. And right when they got done watching it, and we had all this arranged ahead of time, I called him right when they got done watching it, and he answered. And I'm like, "What's up, dumbass? It's Uncle Lou here, 5-star dummy, fucking gump, fucking retard, the whole thing." The kid was like, he loves you, the whole trash talk thing, like he's totally into it. So like nothing is off limits. Like literally just let him have it. And so I did, and they loved it. Oh man. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. All right, y'all. I am going to get out of here, though. I am going to get out of here. Travel day tomorrow for Uncle Lou. No call-in shows next week. I might be able to do the Thursday night show. I get back home sometime Thursday. And I don't know what kind of shape I'm going to be in when I get back home after spending 6 days in Vegas. But if I'm able to do the call-in show Thursday night, I'll do it. If not, we'll just take next week off from the call-in shows, and I'll be back then the following Tuesday. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Varmint Control, Nate's here and there. H Post, Hunker Down Dog, Blake Robinson, Biggs Mike, Rambling On with Zach Jones, and the Norwegian Method. Thank you for hitting the super chats tonight to help support the show. That really means a lot. Direct donations are what keep these live shows on the air. You know, I play music at the start of these shows. That's a decision I make. But because I do that, I'm not able to monetize these live shows through YouTube. So literally these direct donations are what keep the live shows on the air. So I appreciate that. Joe, thank you for the PayPal. And Connor Stallions, it's a bet, buddy. Got it written down here already. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. I had a good time talking college football with you. I hope y'all enjoy your 4th of July holiday. Be safe out there with whatever it is you're doing, whether it's the swimming or the lake or the beach or driving around or the fireworks and all that. Be safe. Let's make sure everybody makes it back from the 4th of July holiday. So be smart and make smart decisions, but have a good time. Have a good time. And I will see y'all in a week or so. I do have some videos uploading while I'm gone, but there won't be any more live shows for about a week or so. So anyway, y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to you again soon.